Today we're going to take a look at the Analogue Pocket, which I pre-ordered about a year ago, but it's finally here. So let's open up the box and check it out. The first thing to notice about the box is this is a very high quality box, something that you're not going to want to throw away. Let's open it up and see what's inside. It's the Analogue Pocket portable console right here. There's a screen protector that I already peeled off. Here's the charging cable. And then, I don't even open this up yet, but I'm assuming it's just some documentation. Now let's take a look at the handheld, and the first thing you'll notice when you pick one up is that it's very high quality, it's heavy, and it feels like it was built well. You have 4 action buttons, the D-pad, which feels really good, start, select, and then an analog menu button. On the bottom we have a USB-C, which I'm glad they did that because that's like universal now. For charging, you have a headphone jack and then a GBA port. And then on the side we have the power button and the volume buttons. And then here's where you insert the cartridges. And then I'm not sure what this is for. It looks like you can put a memory card in there or something, maybe to save your games. I'll have to look into that. And out of the box, the Analogue Pocket is able to play original Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, and Game Boy Advance games. And there are some accessories you can buy to plug into the back to be able to play other consoles like Game Gear. The cool thing about the Analogue Pocket is it's not emulation. It actually has the Game Boy hardware built into it, so you're going to play it just like you did back in the day when you used to play these games on your Game Boy. So the games just slide in like on the older Game Boys, only they're much easier to slide in. You saw how easy that was. And I love how now you can see all the artwork of the game on the back of the console. It used to be with the original Game Boy. You can only see like the top quarter of it. And I love the color of that button. Let's turn it on. It makes it real obvious that that's the power button, the way it's like that green color. And then click play cartridge. And you'll see I have the game here. This is Kirby's Pinball Land. Here's the volume controls. You see the plus and the minus over there. Hit the start button. We can start a new game just so I can show you guys a little bit of the gameplay. And you'll notice just how good quality that screen is. I mean, look at that. It is so clear. I'm trying to get my reflection on the screen, so I'm kind of holding it at a weird angle. But hopefully you can get an idea of just how beautiful that screen is and why this device goes for a premium cost compared to like an older Game Boy or even a modded Game Boy. Now let's try Mario Golf, one of my favorite Game Boy Color games, and click play cartridge. And another thing you'll notice with this device is just how much bigger it is than the original Game Boy. The screen is much bigger. Not only is it higher quality, but it's just a lot easier to see the screen now. Another thing you'll notice during the game is that the sound is really good on this device as well. Just hit a ball and see how that looks. Pretty crisp. And then I'm going to put in a Game Boy Advance game in the back, and then I'll click play cartridge, and we can see how Game Boy Advance games look. Now, the thing with Game Boy Advance games is because it's a different dimension of screen, you'll see that there's now these black bars on the top and the bottom. But it's not too big of a deal, and you kind of get used to it after a while. And you can see that the Game Boy Advance graphics are much improved over the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, and those colors are so vibrant. Just beautiful looking game here. Let's take a look at the settings real quick. You got resume game, quit game, to go back to the main menu, library, which I guess if you have like emulated games on here, you could just select them from here. Memories, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe you could like save pictures or something. Tools, oh, it comes with these built-in tools. I haven't tried them yet, but I think you can like edit music and games with it. And then in the settings, you could just change all the settings of your different systems and the display. And it tells you about the system itself, and that's about it. For my research, the battery life on this device is about 6 to 10 hours, and I think it takes 2 or 3 hours to charge it. I charged it this morning at 100%, and now it's at 99%. But it honestly doesn't really matter so much because you can just recharge it. You don't have to worry about batteries anymore with this device. It's $220 plus tax, and it comes in black or white colors. If you order it now, you should be able to get it in a few months.